The stack node streamlines appending data sources when you have more than you'd like to manually connect within your job. If you ever find yourself with multiple files that share a structure and you want to stack them quickly, the stack node is perfect. In this blank job, we'd like to append files together from our data source. To access the stack node, select the connection you need to work with. Whenever that connection is Excel or text-based, you'll see the stack node become available. You can drag it into the job space and double-click to begin configuring it. Understanding the layout is important in this node. So first, note the Connection dropdown and the All Tables pane. The connection lets you know where the node is searching for usable files, and the All Tables pane lists the tables that are found there. The Table Name Pattern text box is where you can refine the list of all tables down to those that you intend to use. When you define a pattern, any suitable tables found are displayed then in the next pane under Matching Tables. Let's get started defining a pattern. First, you'll see that sample patterns are established for you. Users who are familiar with regex will be able to take advantage of very advanced possibilities in this node, but most users will rely on a combination of text and asterisks. For demonstration, let's assume we only want to work with the CSV files here. Remove the templates for .txt and .asc files. Asterisks in this field are wildcards. They represent anything from a single digit to multiple full words. So the current pattern is finding all files with any number of alphanumeric characters followed specifically by .csv. Our current task is to gather all the application files, and since the financial aid data will have a totally different structure, we will not want it in the same stack node. We have to refine our pattern. This is a simple example, but let's just add fall before the asterisk. You can see that only files starting with fall, with some content between that and .csv, match the pattern, regardless of which year they pertain to. This meets our needs for now, but before moving on, note that you can use timestamps and parameters in your pattern as well. So if you set up a parameter in your job specifying which year you wanted to analyze, you could add that to your pattern to dynamically pull just one file at a time. It's a very powerful feature. Rounding out our tour of the interface, we can add source ID, file created, and file modified columns. The source ID can be useful because you are combining multiple files, and this column automatically creates an ID field that helps you track which source a record originally came from, even after they're all inside of the same table. The file created and file modified columns actually retrieve the file creation and file modified dates from the file's properties. This can be useful when you need to know when that contributing file originated or when it was last modified. The final piece of the process is the schema for the matching tables. There are 4 basic options here, and they help to dictate how the stack node will read the data. Fixed means you will always expect matching tables to match the column structure perfectly, and this is the default. Extendable means that columns found to begin with will always be expected, but if new data comes along with extra columns to the right, they will be passed through. Dynamic implies that the stack node will read the first matching table's schema and then use that for the ensuing tables. In general, locked means that whatever schema you establish when you configure the node will remain until you manually change it. It is always best practice to ensure the structure of the tables you plan to join actually do match, but these options can loosen those requirements as needed. If the node sees that the file you've chosen has a schema to begin with, you can proceed. If it does not, you may need to click the Properties button to establish one. This is typically very simple, but is worth a minute of your time to verify the data types and the appropriate delimiters. With that handled, the node is ready to stack your tables into a single file. So running the job will let us see what that result looks like.